everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel and this is Stitched Up, and welcome to my turn for So Frugal. So yes, I'm finally here and really excited to be taking part in this fabulous challenge by Ruan, who is the Yorkshire Sew Girl and a very good friend of mine, and obviously the gorgeous Sam from Frugalissima, who is also another friend of mine as well. So it's brilliant to be supporting them both again in their 4th year of hosting this challenge. So for those of you that haven't heard of this challenge, which I will be very surprised if you haven't, it's all about you using a free pattern to sew a garment of your choice and using fabric that you have in your stash. So essentially it should cost you virtually nothing. And that's the whole point of it. It's about encouraging us to use our stashes and also have a little look and see what fabulous patterns are out there that are completely free to access. So yeah, that's the basic rules of it. Now, I've been doing this for a few years. I am a Yorkshire girl, and us girls in Yorkshire, and blokes as well, to be fair, are always on the lookout for things as sort of inexpensive as possible. That's in our nature, what can I say? And I am no exception. And I will start firstly by telling you a little bit about what I am wearing. Now, there is a little bit of a warning to you all here, because I put this top on this morning thinking I'm going to wear this because this is one of the free patterns that I have been shouting about for quite a few years and I love it. And it's a pattern by Fibre and it's called the Francis top. So let me show you mine. So this is probably about my 3rd or 4th version of this top now. I've made it loads of times. It's just a very simple woven top with a bias bound neckline, elasticated sleeve hems, and that's about it really. It's got a slightly dipped neck at the back, so the back is slightly lower than the front. Comes in a fabulous range of sizes, as do all of Fibre's patterns. And I think I made this probably for my first challenge a few years ago. However, it is no longer free. Excuse me while I just let Pluto out. When I was doing my research to be able to tell you a lot more about this pattern, it is now $12.75 to access this pattern. But yes, unfortunately, that's just how it is. So my word of advice to you is, when you're watching all the fabulous vloggers on the Vlogger Tour throughout March, and they're all telling you all about these lovely patterns that they've found that are completely free, and there has been some incredible ones so far, and I'm sure we've got loads more exciting things to come throughout the remainder of the month. And you're looking at them thinking, oh yeah, that's fabulous, I'd love to have a go at that. And you put it in that mental area in your brain thinking I'll come back to it at some point. What I would say is just download it now. You know, go and find that pattern and download it now, because quite often, as I've found with this top, you know, and there's a couple of others as well that I know of in the past, that they are free for so long and then they, you know, they become chargeable. And obviously designers, it's incredible that they do these patterns for us free at all in the first place. But, you know, there's no guarantee that they're going to remain free forever. So I would advise you strongly, if you've seen something already that you really like and you haven't downloaded it yet, go ahead and do it if you don't want to pay for it. Okay, so getting back to my take on So Frugal this year, I've been having a lot of thoughts about how I was going to approach it this year and what I was going to chat to you about, because there are literally hundreds and hundreds of free patterns out there, and some we've seen time and time again because they're such great patterns, and you know, through our knowledge and experience in the community, lots of us have made them already and we want to shout about them, absolutely. But it's also, I think I wanted to do something slightly different, and a couple of the ideas that I'd already had, other vloggers have already covered them, so I was a bit back to the drawing board. But I've come up with a bit of a plan for a holiday capsule wardrobe for you that is going to come up with free patterns for all the family for your holiday. And I thought that'd be a great idea to chat to you about, because I am going on holiday and I can't wait in May. So it's about 8 weeks away. I'm going back to Portugal with my husband and my daughter, her partner, and my granddaughter, who is just about to turn 1. And I'm really looking forward to it. And I thought, you know, this has got a bit of a personal take for me because I'm planning in my head at the minute what I'm going to be making for myself and my granddaughter to take away on holiday. And I thought it'd be a really good idea to link this in with So Frugal to come up with some ideas that you might like to explore if you have a holiday coming up at some point during the remainder of this year, and you might like to look at what free patterns are available for you to create a wardrobe for your family or your loved ones, and they're all completely free. So without further ado, we'll get into it. So I've broken this down into categories, as in females, males, children, as in boys and girls, and that's the way I'm going to approach it. So I'm going to start with girls first, well, women, me, because I'm a woman and, you know, I'm putting myself first. Anyway, we're going to start with women's outfits. So excuse me if I keep looking away at my screen, because I've got everything prepared and I want to make sure that I tell you as much as I can about all these free patterns. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is a couple of tops that I've seen, because we're going to talk about garments. I'm having them all in different categories. So we've got tops and skirts and trousers and all that kind of stuff. So I am going to talk to you first about two tops that I found that I really like. And the first one is by Tiana's Closet, which I am sure you've probably heard of from the other vloggers already if you hadn't heard of them before. But she does some amazing patterns on her website and they're all free. There's some gorgeous patterns amongst these that I found that I think would be perfect for a lovely warm summer holiday. So the first one I'm going to talk to you about is the Orrie double ruffle top, which is a free PDF pattern. It actually comes in an A0 format as well as an A4 print at home PDF, which is fantastic for those of you that don't like printing out PDFs. You can just send it off to a copy shop printer and they will print it for you. This pattern is a relaxed fit top. I will insert some pictures so you can have a little better look. A relaxed fit top with this gorgeous sort of V-front placket detail with really interesting stitch detail on the front, short ruffle sleeves, and it's got a curved hem to it. It comes in sizes extra small to 5XL, which equates to a bust of 31.5 inches to 47.2 and a hip of 34.6 to 52 inches. So it's a fairly good size range for this top. I think this would be gorgeous for holiday because, you know, it's got no other fastenings. It's just a throw on over your head. You can, you know, wear it out on a night with a nice skirt or pair of trousers or whatever, but you can wear it casually during the day as well. And even if it's a little bit cool, throw on a little cardi and you're sorted. So I think this is a gorgeous top and I would love to have a go at this. I love the little gathering detail at the back neck as well into that gorgeous neckband. I think it's beautiful. And yeah, it's one that I'd really like to have a go at. It's designed for woven fabrics, as I say, and it's completely free. So the next top is another one by Tiana's Closet as well. And it's another one that I think is perfect holiday wear. And it is the Basalie Flutter sleeve top. Again, this comes in a PDF format and it was designed based on a ready-to-wear designer pattern that cost about $120. So she's used that as her inspiration to create a free pattern for us and it's just incredible. I love this top. It's got these gorgeous big voluminous flutter sleeves and, you know, because of the design of the yoke and then the gathering into the yoke detail on the front and the back means that you can play around with pattern and, you know, how your orientation of pattern, etc., as she's done in some of the inspiration pictures with the stripes. I think it looks gorgeous. And with it being loose and flowy in a lightweight sort of viscose or cotton voile, I think it would be gorgeous for a lovely summer holiday while keeping your shoulders a little bit covered as well. So this top comes in the same size range as the previous one. Extra small to 5XL, which is a bust of 31.5 to 47.2. It's fairly oversized and loose fit, which I'm all about when it's hot and sunny. So that's the Basalie top. And then next I'm going to move on to shorts, because when I'm on holiday, I love dresses, don't get me wrong, but I love separates as well, especially if you're, you know, wearing bikini or, you know, you just want something to throw on over the top while you're having a little walk around, going to the cocktail bar for a little cocktail or whatever. So anyway, I've pulled out 2 or 3 patterns for you for shorts, which I think will hopefully cover all bases. And the first pair that I'm going to show you is this pair, which are the elastic waist linen shorts. Now this is a pattern by So Easy. It takes only 3/4 to 1/4 of a yard of linen fabric. It is only available in a PDF, so you would have to print it off, but I would imagine it's not going to take a lot of pages because obviously it's just a pair of shorts. It has gorgeous pockets in the front as well, and it has this lovely tie detailed waist as well, so it's gathered into a tie waist. Now this is a smaller size range, I have to say. The sizes come in a size small to extra large, which is a waist measurement of 27 inches to 35 and a hip of 33 to 41. Now my hips are 45 at the minute, so I would struggle to get in this. Unfortunately, it doesn't give you the finished measurements, so I would want to probably print this out and maybe just grade out. But if you do fit into that size range, then it's another good option for a free pattern for shorts that's a quick and easy pattern to put together and throw on as well, which I think when it's hot and sunny, as much as I love structured shorts, I like things like this as well that you can just throw on and you don't have to worry about fastening buttons and zips and all that kind of thing. And plus they're quick and easy to make as well. So the next pattern for shorts that I wanted to show you is a free pattern by My Keeper Patterns. They do, I think they're a New Zealand designer, and she's got some beautiful patterns on there that are paid for patterns, but she also offers this as a free pattern, which you can just download and print off at home. It's called the Frill Seeker Shorts, and these are a sort of, what's the word? They are a pair of shorts that are flowy, a bit like a skirt, and they've got this gorgeous frill on the legs as well. Now, this pattern comes in pattern groups of 6 to 20, and that's New Zealand Australian size. So the measurements for the waist of the garment are in centimetres, so I'll put it in inches across the bottom because I haven't converted it yet and I work in inches. Centimetres mean nothing to me, but the waist is a 68 centimetre to 100 centimetre waist, and the hip comes in 87 centimetres to 125 centimetres. So again, it's not the most extensive size range, but I do think, you know, it's a fairly good size range. I would say the hip probably isn't as important as the waist on this pattern because it's designed to be really loose and flowy and look a little bit like a mini skirt. I love this pattern because I sometimes will wear mini skirts on holiday, but you know, sometimes when it gets a bit breezy and you're always worried that your skirt's going to blow up in the breeze, you're not going to have to worry about that with this because obviously they're legs, because it's a pair of shorts. So I think you've got that extra little bit of security there of it being a pair of shorts. They are gorgeous. I think this would be a great opportunity to try this designer out without actually investing in spending your money on any of their paid for patterns. She has some beautiful dress patterns on her website that I've seen some gorgeous versions on Instagram already. So I'd be really keen to try this. This pattern is designed for woven fabrics, and it recommends obviously lightweight woven fabrics such as your rayons, viscoses and your lightweight cottons, etc. All which I think would be fantastic for holiday. The waist is an elastic waist as well. So again, you've not got any of those fastenings that can get annoying when you're on holiday. It's just a pair of shorts that you can just throw on and look gorgeous in and really put together. So next up, I am going to talk to you about the Peppermint wide leg pants. Now, I know you've probably heard about these pants so many times from lots of other vloggers, and probably more so at the moment as well, because they are very similar to the new pattern by Tilly and the Buttons, which is the Thea wide leg pants. And I have made these pants, the Peppermint ones, loads of times. They are my go-to structured wide leg trouser. I think they are beautiful. The pattern is fantastic. It's still free. It's been free on the Peppermint magazine website ever since it was released quite a number of years ago now, and it's a tried and true tested pattern. It is a great pattern. I'm not going to go into lots of detail about it because I'm sure you've heard about it from the other vloggers if you've already been watching so far this month. But the reason I've brought this in is because you can make it into a pair of shorts, and I've got a little tutorial for you where you can adapt this pattern to make it a pair of shorts, because the thing about this pattern is it's very fitted through the hips and then it really sort of flares out. So sometimes you don't always want that in a pair of shorts. You want to keep that silhouette sort of fairly straight. So I've got a little tutorial for you using this pattern that again is completely free, that alters the pocket line as well to sort of scoop them out a little bit and create sort of more of a streamlined short shape. So yeah, it's a brilliant pattern. It comes in sizes 6 to 24, which is a 24 inch to 45.5 inch waist and a hip measurement of 33 to 54.5 inch. So it's a really good size range. And again, you can have this in an AO or PDF print at home format as well. So another great pattern for you. The next one I'm going to come to is, if all of those don't appeal and you want to make something in knit, then this might be a pattern that you might want to look at. So this is a pattern for culottes and they are designed for knit fabrics. So, you know, some of us don't want to wear shorts anymore. We want to feel a little bit more covered up, etc., even on holiday, even in the warm weather, but we still want something that's easy to just throw on and still look fairly stylish. So this might be a great pattern for you. Now it is a knit waistband, okay, but it's not got loads of gathers. You will see by the pictures that it's got a really nice flat front waistband, which is really good for those of us that feel we've got a bit of a tummy and just want to hide that a little bit or not emphasize it anymore. Then this might be a really good option for you. And with it being a culotte length, it's a longer length, but also in a knit fabric, it's going to be something that is just going to be easy to fit as well. So it might be a really good choice for you. So this pattern comes in sizes 6 to 20, which equate to a waist of 31 to 42 inches and a hip of 52 to 68 inches. Now those measurements might seem a bit bizarre and you might think 52-inch hips, it doesn't sort of add up and make sense. I felt like that when I read it, but when you read the instructions for the tutorial for this pattern, she does actually say, please don't worry about the sort of difference between the waist and the hip measurements, because follow it and it works. So I haven't tried this pattern. I can't vouch for it, but again, it might be something that you might want to try. So that's the culotte pattern. And again, I think culottes are always great on holiday, especially if you want to go for, you know, a walk. The weather's might be a bit cooler, but it's not cold and you want to go walking or whatever and see the sights. It's always a good option, isn't it? So that's the culottes pattern. So moving on, I have picked out a pattern for a romper jumpsuit, which again, I think would be perfect for holiday. And I think this would be a really good option because it suits lots of body types and yeah, it's completely free. So this is the long romper pattern and this comes in sizes 6 to 20. No. Yes, it does. It comes in sizes 6 to 20. This pattern gives you the finished measurements, which is always helpful when you want to look at how much ease you want in a pattern. And the finished bust measurement is a 33.5 to 50 inch. The waist is the same, 33.5 to 50 inch, because it's an elasticated waist. So obviously you can then cinch it in. And the hips are a 48.5 to 66 inch. So this is a really good size inclusive pattern. What I love about this is you've got a sort of fairly loose fit top with a, you know, loose fit trouser that's obviously attached as a jumpsuit with an elasticated waist. The straps on the top have like a tie detail at the top, so that is always easier when it comes to fitting. And what's also gorgeous about this is it has like an overlay over the top of the camisole part to the tops, which is loose and not fitted at the waist. So for those of us that have a bit of a tummy or have like a fairly bigger bust, for instance, you've got the looseness of that sort of floaty overlay camisole over the actual jumpsuit as well, which just gives you that little bit more confidence, I guess. And I think it's a fabulous free pattern and I would really love to try this. I think it's brilliant. So again, this just comes in a PDF pattern that you print off at home. and it's designed for lightweight woven fabrics, again, such as your viscoses, etc., which are always perfect for holidays, aren't they? So again, I think this is a really, really good option for a jumpsuit that you might like to try. So next up, I am going to talk to you about a skirt that I found that I think would be really versatile and great for a holiday, and it is called the Everyday Maxi Skirt. So the Everyday Maxi Skirt pattern is designed to just be self-drafted. Don't let that frighten you. The only measurement you need is your hip size and then the length you want the skirt to be. So although it says it's a maxi skirt, you can make this whatever length you want. What I love about this is that, yes, it's a gathered waist elasticated skirt, but the reason I love this pattern is it's actually shaped. So it's not just two rectangles sewn together with a casing and you stick elastic in it. It's actually shaped so that there is very little gathering around the waist, and it doesn't have a casing in. It has an ingenious way of attaching elastic so that you still have that shape and you don't have lots of gathers around your waist, because I know lots of us don't really like that because we don't want that extra bulk around our waist. So I love this pattern. I think it's a brilliant idea, and it actually gives you, you know, a full tutorial online where it has like a gently A-line shape, but it's floaty. So you do need to have a very lightweight drapey fabric, such as, again, a rayon or a viscose. And yeah, the only measurements you need are your hip size, and then you determine what length you want this. So you can make this into a little mini if you want, maybe add a little ruffle on the bottom. You can make it knee length, midi length, maxi length, whatever you want. I think it's a really good idea. So this is another great pattern that, again, is completely free and would be perfect for holidays, because, you know, I love a maxi skirt on holiday. I love a mini skirt on holiday, and to have a pattern like this that's really versatile, that you can just create, you know, your own design, so to speak, you know, the length that suits you, etc., and is made to your measurements. As I say, you only need your hip size. It's as simple as that. And then you've got a great pattern that's quick to make and, you know, stash in your suitcase and off you go. So the final women's pattern I want to talk to you about is a dress pattern, and I've only chosen one because otherwise this video would go on forever. But it is the Willow Waist Free Dress by Common Stitch Patterns. Now, Common Stitch are a well-known pattern designer. They do some really lovely patterns, and this one is completely free. It has two versions to it, and the other beauty about this pattern is, again, it's one that you draft to your measurements. The ethos behind this pattern is that there is zero waste out of the fabric that you are using. So this pattern, as I say, is made completely to your body measurements. When I say it's completely free, you can get the pattern free, but as are some of the other designers that are releasing free patterns now, they're doing a pay what you want option as well. So, you know, I think it's always really good to be able to support indie pattern designers so that they can continue the fabulous work that they do. So there is that option there that you can contribute you know, an amount of money that you are comfortable with, or that you can afford to offer to the designer for, you know, just giving us these gorgeous patterns. So anyway, I love this pattern. I think it's gorgeous. I think as a summer dress for holiday, it's beautiful. So basically what you've got is you've got a bodice with sort of elastic in at various points throughout that bodice. So it looks a bit like a shirred bodice, but it's not. What I think is great about this is, as well, is that you could use some fabulous trims on this as well. So, you know, all those trims that I've got in my stash up there, I would love to use some of those around those elastic channels. I think it would, you know, it would just really, you know, make a feature of the bodice, etc. It's got these gorgeous tie details in at the side of the waist as well, which can really cinch it in. And then it's sort of like a gently flaring skirt. Again, you could alter the length of the skirts if you wanted to make it maxi length, you could, but you would probably need to put slits at the side. You could make it short, very short if you really wanted to as well. And then you've got two options for the straps. So you can do a fixed strap or you can do tie straps. The tie straps are always easier because then you don't have to worry about adjusting to get the length right for your bodice, etc. But it's an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous dress. And yeah, there is a full very extensive tutorial on how to put this dress together. It's all done in sort of line art, if that makes sense, which I always find easier to follow than photographs. So yeah, really, really good pattern, and one that I would be really keen to try. So that's the women's patterns for our holiday that I have decided to choose and talk to you about today. You'll be pleased to know there's not as many for the rest of the family because, you know, they don't need as much as us, do they? And I'm a bit of a selfless sewer. I want to make all the things for me and one or two things for the rest of the family. I'm going to move on to the men in our lives now. So for the men, I have chosen a pattern. It's actually a pajama pattern, but it is, because it's called the men's pajama shorts with pockets. But one of the fabric recommendations for this is linen. So I'm thinking you could make your man a pair of linen shorts. It's got fabulous angled pockets in the front, knee length, elasticated. It's designed to be loose fitting and super comfortable. And I think this is a fabulous pattern. The size for this pattern is 28 to 44 inch waist. So again, you've got lots of flexibility for younger men as well. So if you've got those teen boys that aren't sort of put off by mum sewing for them, which I know a lot of teen boys are, but you know, if they're happy to have mum sewn or grandma sewn garments, then yeah, absolutely, it's an option for younger boys as well. But I think this is a cracking little pattern actually, and it only takes 1.5 to 1 3/4 yards of fabric. As I say, it's got an elasticated waist, really simple, shouldn't take long to make, fabulous free pattern. So moving on to boys, I have also chosen a pair of shorts for boys as well that is a lovely free pattern. So this is for the younger boy age group. So these are the DIY toddler shorts, and these can be put together in 20 minutes. Again, it's a completely free pattern. This comes in age range 18 months to 4 years, and these shorts again are in elasticated waist. They are designed for knit fabrics as well, which I think are always great for toddlers, aren't they, because they don't sit still and they move all the time, and trying to get them in woven shorts can be a nightmare. And then you've got the worry about fastenings and all that kind of thing. With these, they're great, and especially for toddlers that, you know, need those really quick toilet breaks, as little boys do, because they always wait till the last minute to tell you they need to go. Ask me how I know. And yeah, they're great for the quick up, quick down, done. And yeah, I think these are great, really, really great pair of shorts. This pattern, as I say, is designed for knit fabrics, but it recommends things like your sweatshirt, your French terries, your fleece. So it's slightly heavier weight, which I think is great for boys. But you know, I think you could use this for girls, because at the toddler sort of age, this sort of age range, girls and boys shape wise are the same virtually, aren't they? So you could use this for girls as well. So great little shorts pattern, absolutely free. And then moving on to girls is my last pattern that I wanted to chat to you about today, because lots of you that have been following me for a while will probably already know that I have a little granddaughter, Layla, who is coming up to 1, and she's going to be coming on holiday with us as well. And I've been looking at what I want to make for her, and I have found this dress. Now this dress, if you go back right to the beginning of this vlog where I mentioned about the fact that this lovely top that I'm wearing now was originally free and is now sadly no longer free, this dress is only free for this month. So if you are watching my vlog and we've gone past March 2024, I am really sorry. You should have watched in March 24. This pattern is free for the month of March, and this designer, Easily Made Patterns, do a pattern of theirs free each month. So it is only temporarily free for that month, and it's sort of highlighting their pattern for that month. And I know that a few other designers do this kind of thing, so always look out for it. It's always worthwhile subscribing to pattern designers newsletters, etc., because you'll get notified about this kind of thing. But the pattern I wanted to talk to you about is the Bell Dress by Easily Made Patterns. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous little pattern. It's again, it's a little sort of baby toddler pattern. It comes in the size range of newborn up to 6 years, and as I say, it's designed for knit fabrics as well. It's got this beautiful little flounce detail over the shoulder, and on the designer's website you can see it made up. It's so cute, it's beautiful. So I am going to make this for Layla. I think this is a gorgeous little pattern, and it's normally £5, but as I mean, that's not a lot of money really anyway, is it, for a PDF pattern? You know, that some of them can be quite expensive now. So even in a normal month, it's only £5 to buy. But yeah, for this month, it is free. So yeah, brilliant. So there you have it. You've got lots of options there if you are going on holiday this year and you want to make some easy, quick projects for the entire family. I'm sure you'll find something amongst all the projects that I've talked to you about today. As for me, there are two standouts that I am definitely going to make. One is the willow waist dress by Common Stitch. I'm definitely going to make that for my holiday because I think I will get a lot of wear out of it. And I am going to make the bell dress for Layla as well. I think it's just going to be gorgeous on her. And yeah, so I haven't chosen fabrics yet, so I can't show you that, but those are my two projects for So Frugal 24. I hope you've really enjoyed chatting with me today and having a look at some of the patterns that I have found for you all. I hope there were some new ones amongst there that you've not seen before. Let me know down in the comments below. I will leave a link to everything that I've talked about down in the description box below for you as well, so you can click through and have a look and have a go yourself. I'd love to hear if you would be interested in making any of these for yourself, or if you already have, and you can let me know your thoughts. Right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Take care, enjoy the rest of the Vlogator, and enjoy So Frugal 24, and I will see you soon. Bye.